I want to talk about Mel Kiper. Now, Mel Kiper is someone that I think gets a lot of hate for no reason. Well, there are reasons, but I think he gets a lot of unnecessary hate. And I say that because when Mel Kiper speaks, he is such a captivating speaker and captivating personality. He just has a look to him that just grabs people's attention. He's such a captivating person that when he makes an opinion and he's wrong, it goes bananas. When he came out and said that he believed in Daniel Jones, and me as a Giants fan, I was all for it. I was excited because we had someone in the media supporting our quarterback. But people remember it when Mel Kiper's wrong. That doesn't kind of slide off his back. People always remember it. And Mel Kiper, in an interview, pretty much said, and I quote, he attacked the cover too. Mel Kiper attacked the cover too. So let's go. And I quote, so you get 25 yards off the line of scrimmage. That's where you talk about taking it to an extreme. So what I would say is you have a yardage away from the line of scrimmage that those two high safeties can be no deeper than that. If they go deeper, it's a penalty. Now the NFL world has absolutely blown up and gone after Mel Kiper for this. And it makes sense because it's cover two and cover four. The safeties are playing 25 yards back. That's fine. But have you seen Patrick Mahomes? Have you seen Josh Allen? Have you seen these quarterbacks that are out here? If your safeties aren't 25 yards deep and you got a quarterback that can run around and throw it 70 yards, what do you expect NFL defenses to do? What do you expect them to do? Because if these defenses don't play this cover two and quarters coverage the entire game or the majority of the game, you're going to see all of those touchdowns start to come back. You're going to see big play after big play. Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes have absolutely broken the NFL. They've absolutely broken the NFL. You're not going into any game unless you have horrible personnel on offense. You're not going to go into any game and say that you're just not going to be able to just say, we're going to just line them up and we're going to play cover one and we're just going to have one safety deep, or we're going to play cover three the majority of the game and expect not to get shredded. Did you see what happened to the Cowboys defense when they were not playing quarters coverage and cover two this past weekend? Did you see that? Have you seen the Washington defense? Now, they just played my New York Giants, and Malik Neighbors shredded them, but no one really beat them over the top because we're deficient in a lot of places. But week one, did you see the Buccaneers shred that defense? When you don't play that quarters coverage, you open your defenders up to everything. There's when you open them up to every single receiver that can get down the field in a hurry, it's open season. Because the quarterback play at this point, whether it's because the quarterback play has risen or because it's been simplified, the quarterback play is too good to allow these folks to be able to take shots downfield like this. So I want to take a look at some of the stats through 2 weeks. So there's been 69 passing touchdowns. That's the fewest since 2006 through 2 weeks. 7.1 average target of depth. That's lowest that has ever been that they've recorded. 41% design run plays. That's the highest since 2008. 30-second time of possession play per play. That is the slowest since 2008. 545 blitzes is the fewest on record, and 46% too high safety percentage. That's the highest it's ever been. So the NFL goes through ebbs and they go through flows. The Wildcat, the read option, the Air Coryell, all of these things have come out of the NFL trying to have an answer to something that is really hurting them. Now, you had the 46 Bear, you had the cover two, you had the Tampa two. You've had all sorts of defenses too. So it goes back and forth of An offense destroys the league. All the other offenses copy that offense, and then defenses have to adjust. Now, right now, if a receiver catches a ball across the middle, you cannot lay that receiver out. You can't really be physical with that receiver if they catch the ball across the middle. So, what are your options at this point? You've got to just be there to tackle the guy. You don't want one person being deep when someone catches a slant across the middle. You don't want one person being deep. You want as many people back there as possible. So I completely understand why defensive coordinators just backing the safeties up, and just saying, let's make these quarterbacks who are playing in college style offenses, who have been used to just making big play after big play, let's make them drive the length of the field, not make mistakes, and score points on us. And when you take a look at the passing touchdowns have gone down. 69 passing touchdowns through 2 weeks, the fewest since 2006. They've gone down. How many 4 or 5 touchdown pass seasons are we used to seeing in the first 2 weeks of the NFL when everyone who has just played in the NFL, everyone has just played in the preseason, and everyone's sort of getting used to everything? Now it's sort of the other way. Offenses are struggling, and defenses are coming into the NFL ready to go. Week 1, week 2. So it'll be interesting to see how this continues to develop. But what's my reaction to Mel Kiper and his quote? My initial takeaway is, duh. They've been completely out of hand. And it makes perfect sense that they're doing this. And if your safeties are 25 yards off the line of scrimmage and the other team can't combat that, whether that be short passes, whether that be running the football, if you cannot get a defense out of a deep safety shell, your offense isn't good. And if they decide not to come out of that defensive shell, you should be able to move the ball all day long. So do I agree with Mel Kiper? Absolutely not. Is he crazy? I mean, of course Mel Kiper's crazy. Have you seen this guy? Have you seen Mel Kiper? Of course he's crazy. But I don't think it's that crazy of a take. He's just thinking about what happened with Peyton Manning and all the quarterbacks back in the day where the entire field was open. But it's a new world. You can't hit people across the middle. You can't touch the quarterback. You can't dive at the quarterback's legs. You can't dive at the quarterback's head. You can't breathe on the quarterback if he's trying to slide. It's a different world. And for now, this is simply what defenses have to do to survive in this league of talented wide receivers who would have all been the best wide receiver in the league years ago, and talented quarterbacks. So you're sitting on the couch, you haven't subscribed to Diggy's Huddle, your life's passing you by. You say, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. No, do it right now. You sit on the computer all day anyhow, subscribe to Diggy's Huddle, and come back and watch this next week.